In the previous video, I showed you how to give feedback. I gave you 5 tips on how to give feedback like you really care. But that's not enough. You need to know how to receive feedback as well for it to really be constructive and really effective. So in this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips on how to receive feedback like it really matters to you and let it change your life. If you find value in this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, get notified when I release new videos just like this. My name is Yoram Solomon. I'm the author of The Book of Trust and the book Can I Trust You? 67 plus 1 habits that will make you a trustworthy team member. What I found was that in high trust organizations, people are 106% more likely to feel comfortable giving feedback and 76% more comfortable receiving feedback. And when you're comfortable giving feedback and receiving feedback, this is when you don't have the meeting before the meeting after the meeting. You only have the meeting during the meeting. This is when you say great job only when you really mean it, and other people will say great job to you when they mean it. In the comment section below, write what makes you feel comfortable receiving feedback from other people and maybe what makes you uncomfortable receiving that feedback. There's a folk story that I saw once in a movie. A sparrow decided one year not to fly south for the winter where it's warm and instead decided to stay in the north. And it got cold and the sparrow found itself on the ground frozen and didn't know what to do. And all of a sudden a cow came in and the cow walked past the sparrow and pooped on it. But the sparrow started feeling warm. And it was warm, but it was smelly and it was stinky. And then came the cat. And the cat pulled the sparrow out of the cow poop and cleaned it very, very nicely and then ate it. The moral of the story is that when somebody poops on you, they don't necessarily do it to hurt you. And when somebody cleans you up, they don't necessarily do it to help you. Feedback, especially negative feedback, what we call constructive feedback, is sometimes really hard to listen. Some of the hardest feedback that I ever got made the biggest differences and the biggest positive impact on my life. I'm here to show you how to receive it. Let's start. Tip number 1 or habit number 1 is really the understanding that feedback that you get is critical to your success. There are a lot of people that don't want to hear from other people. I don't care. If you have something positive to tell me, tell me. If you have something negative, I don't want to hear it. Some of the best feedback that you will ever get is negative. And it would help you eliminate some negative things that you're doing. And one of my rules on trust is that bad is 3 times stronger than good. So if somebody gives you feedback and can help you eliminate one bad thing that you do, this is 3 times better than somebody telling you attaboy on something good that you do. So tip number 1, remember that feedback is critical to your success. Tip number 2, I'll take you back to that executive offsite session that I had in Silicon Valley where the VP of HR, Tom Capizzi at that time, right before we had the hot seat session where each one of us executives were sitting in the seat and everybody would give us negative feedback, he said one thing that I will never forget. He said, remember that what you're going to hear now is maybe 10% true, but 100% truth in perception. You may argue, you may say this is not true what I'm hearing now, but keep in mind, this is how people see you. And if this is how you see you, you have to ask yourself, is this how I want to be seen? Every feedback that you're going to get is 10% true, but 100% true in perception. Tip number 3, sometimes you're just not in the right place and time to get feedback. And somebody comes to you and says, I would like to give you feedback right now. And you know that it's not necessarily positive feedback. If you're not in the right state of mind to take feedback, don't take it now. But tell them, I can't right now. This is not a good time. But now the responsibility shifts to you. Now you have to tell them what will be a good time and what will be a good place. If you can't take the feedback now, just say so. Tip number 4. When somebody gives you feedback, especially negative feedback, it is only natural that you start feeling defensive. You're feeling that you're attacked. You take it personally. You become emotional. You become irrational. And guess what you do? You attack back. Don't attack back. Don't let yourself get defensive, because if you're going to attack back, that person will never give you feedback again. And remember that their feedback is critical for your success. You want to get that feedback. So don't be defensive. Don't attack back. Tip number 5, assume good intentions and acknowledge good intentions. You know, it's very easy to think that if somebody is giving you feedback, they want to hurt you. But they may not. Hopefully they're not. And so if they're giving you feedback, start with the assumption that their intentions are good. Because if you start with that attention, you're going to listen so much better to what they have to tell you. So assume that their intentions are good, but do even one more thing. Acknowledge it. Let them know that you believe that their intentions are good, that you believe that they're trying to help you, and that you appreciate it. Tip number 6, even if you did everything that I told you, you might still be emotional. You might still not feel that you can process the feedback that you got. Wait. Just let it go. Think about it. Maybe write a few notes. Wait until you're ready to process it. Wait until you're ready to think about it. You don't need to feel like you have to respond right now. You have to change what you're doing right now. Everything must change. No, it doesn't. Stay the course, but keep thinking about what you heard, the feedback that you heard, until you get to a point in time where you feel you can make changes, if changes are really needed. In the comment section and in the description below, you can find the handout, the Feedback Pledge. That's a pledge, that's one piece of paper that you can print out, hang on the wall, and it will help you give feedback and receive feedback. Again, the link is down below in the description section or in the comment section. And one last time, if you found value in this video, like it, subscribe to my channel, get notified when I release more videos just like this. I hope you found this valuable. I'll see you in the next video. The answer to these 2 questions will have the biggest impact on your personal or professional success or failure. Can I trust you, and can you trust me? If you want to know more, subscribe to our channel or follow us through the links on the right.